Hey everybody, Kelly Engineer here. Welcome to episode 3 of Journey Across the Void. In between episodes, I did quite a bit. I restructured how my platforms were, mainly because the roof wasn't working on all of them. So yeah, I just removed the roofs, and these platforms aren't going to be here very much longer anyway. I also added 2 more sieving stations, and even then, due to the things I'm going to do in this episode, it was kind of a waste of time. But that's perfectly fine. I also grew up a couple of my lava trees that I had, and I smelted enough lava acorns to fill all of these chests with lava clay buckets. Instead of using the charcoal for the time being, yeah, I'm just going to have the lava clay buckets. They're easier to make, not nearly as time consuming. The acorns run through a furnace much quicker than wood does. Which was not something I was expecting. So yeah, we'll take some of my lava acorns, throw them in here, and I could just be crazy, but it seems like that is actually faster than a normal furnace goes. But whatever, I am stocked full of lava clay buckets, and yeah, I think that's all I did in between episodes. And while the grout is going on, what we're going to do is we're going to start working on logistics pipes. The reason why is I think I'm going to need them. Here we go. Yeah, unrouted transport pipes. Oh, and it just gives me the book. Or I thought it did. What? Everyone saw that, right? Oh. So the way that it's supposed to happen is you're just supposed to make paper, and then using paper and leather. How does one make a book? All the basic stuff to forget. Oh, the recipe has changed. This vanilla recipe isn't in here anymore. You have to use blank patterns. And string of some kind. And here we are. Here is the book. Gonna combine a logistics pipe with it, and there we go. Okay, logistics pipe guidebook actually stayed this time. So up at the top, sometimes, and it doesn't show up all of the time, but it will say that my traveler's logbook has been updated. But looking at the traveler's logbook recipe, yeah, the traveler's logbook, it specifically says it's the Twilight Forest. So why would the Twilight Forest logbook be? But yeah, it's an ink sac, a feather, and some sort of sapling. I'm going to try to make this traveler's logbook because I think there's more to this than meets the eye. Alright, so apparently not. The Traveler's Logbook does require a Twilight Forest sapling. So I guess this is unique to the Twilight Forest. I've never seen the Traveler's Logbook before or even read it. And things keep updating no matter what I do. I kill a mob, the Traveler's Logbook updates. I collect an item, the Traveler Logbook updates. So I don't know, and I'm going to have to wait till I get to the Twilight Forest to figure that out. In the meantime, though, I just made a cow halter because I have a cow up here that has just been annoying me. In between episodes when I tore down these stairs is because I didn't want all of these animals that keep spawning to go up to the upper platforms, but passive mobs can climb ladders, so that's a problem. Alright, so I have a Multum Curian 245 fluoride cow on this cow halter right now, which is all well and good. I'm just going to save it until I actually have the cow stall, which should be by the end of this episode. So I just noticed something that the mod pack author has put in that I find insanely clever. So I built up my first smeltery right here, completed that quest, and I put 9 gold ore inside the smeltery, which means I should have 18 ingots. I don't. I have 13 ingots, 4 nuggets, 8 millibuckets of gold inside this smeltery. So gold ore is not 2 ingots. Instead, what you have to do, after doing a little bit of research, the gold ore will make you 1 ingot, 4 nuggets, 8 millibuckets of gold. However, when you throw it through gold ore through a pulverizer, you get 2 pulverized gold. And 1 pulverized gold equals 1 ingot. So in order to maximize the amount of ingots that you are getting, you actually have to throw pulverizing into the mix in order to maximize everything. It's a little convoluted, but I can't say that I hate it. It actually, the mod pack author's just been non-stop impressing me with the amount of things that they've been doing. Unfortunately, what that means is I'm going to have to change my plans for this platform. What I was going to do is have 4 of the auto sifter interfaces here, and they were going to pipe into my smeltery. Well, now I can't have that. I'm going to have the auto sifters pipe into some filing cabinets. The filing cabinets pipe into some pulvises, and then the pulvises pump into a smeltery. It is a little convoluted, but if I want to maximize the amount of ore that I'm getting, then yeah, I guess that's what I'm going to have to do. Yeah, like I said, it's a really interesting choice that the modpack author has given us, the player, by basically limiting what we can get, but honestly, it's not really that bad. You get more than enough ore anyway, so even if you get more than enough ore, you're getting slightly less ingots out of that ore in a smeltery, or you could just add the extra step of pulverizing and actually, you know, benefit from the operation. So yeah, I've been non-stop impressed with those little things in the pack that make it interesting. Well, it has been about a full day since I last recorded a clip, and yeah, I just got done smelting all of these bricks because I need to assemble them. I am making enough furnaces and pulvises in order to go over my big platform over there. I wasted a lot of time yesterday making smeltery bricks before realizing that's just a waste of space. Why am I doing that? It wants me to make the pulvises and furnaces anyway. I may as well just do that. That's what I'm going to do. And now, as a result, I have a bunch of wasted seared brick, but that's whatever. We'll get over it. But now here we go. I am making the furnaces, so that quest is now going to be complete. I have all of these bricks, and I'm saving these bricks for hopping bonsai pots a little bit later, and that's what the purpose of this is for. This is the next quest that we have to do, so give me my wood casings, put wood casings here, get small storage crates. That quest is now completed. And 8 more pulvises to match all of the pulvises I already have. After these furnaces are... oh, these furnaces are done. Cool. Well, then I'm going to make a spare pulvis and furnace just for basic miscellaneous stuff. The ones that I just made are going to be only for ore. And counting out all of the stuff that I get from sieving gravel, which is the main thing I'm going to be sieving, I have a total of 10 ores that I can use with the pulvises, and then, which means I'm going to need 10 furnaces in order to take care of all that stuff. I have an extra furnace because I think there's an extra ore handled by something else that I sieve. I just couldn't end up finding it, but I could swear that it was that I needed 11. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to set all of these up, and then we're going to get into the item routing nodes. Before we do that, though, I have a lot of unclaimed rewards. So, a cow halter. So, seeds, ME conduits. Oh, an absorption hopper. So that's a completed quest right there. Absorption hopper, nice. The absorption hopper was I mentioned this at the end of last episode. The absorption hopper was a reward for the small storage crate, which automatically completed this quest, and I can get a Prudentium furnace out of it. The Prudentium furnace is definitely going to help me because, oh man, using the basic furnaces has been terrible. But now I have a Prudentium furnace, I can set that puppy down. And I can actually go through all of these stone. I made this stone because I was looking at what I could use stone for, and check it out. With a hammer, hammering stone, I will get Mercury Gravel. It seems a little early to be getting Mercury Gravel. That's for extra planets and Galacticraft stuff. And I'm wondering why it would allow me to get stuff so early. I was going to test it out to see what I could get with the Mercury Gravel. And yeah, Meteoric Iron, Jupiter Palladium. Yeah, it's just really weird that this early into the pack I can be getting stuff like the advanced wafers. These wafers are incredibly important for Galacticraft because the wafers are needed to craft everything. So, yeah, it was just a little puzzling to me, and I'll work it out later. Alright, my next stop is I'm going to make some hoppers and make some pistons. Reason why is I need these IO upgrades if I'm going to be getting into the transport pipes a little bit later. And they're also a quest, so there's that. Oh, that is very weird. So they stack here, but they don't... Huh. That is very weird. What the heck is happening? Well, in any case, I have the IO upgrades I need. It's just a matter of putting them inside of my pulverizers. I'm also going to be making some slot upgrades, and there's a maximum of 2 that can go inside. So, There we go. I have all of those ready to put them inside the pulverizers. While we're here, we may as well collect the rewards for those as well. Pristine wither skeleton matter. Very nice. I need to get into power generation. I'm probably going to go a mechanism route. Although, looking at the quest book, actually additions may be my first power. Just completed another quest in the meantime. I'm waiting for some more stuff to finish. But, yeah, so the quest I completed was just making some dirt, which I've already had plenty of, and setting down this 9x9 plot. This quest is very specific about having 81 dirt, 40 fence, a gate, and some grass seeds. So yeah, that is complete, and I got a creeping doll. Not as useful right now, but yeah, that is that quest complete. Really, the reason why I did that is because I want to make this cow stall. I already have quite a few, I already have quite a few of the cows. The most important one I have right now is energetic alloy. The other ones are, yeah, they're whatever. Ooh, rocket fuels actually is a pretty good one. But yeah, the most useful one I have is molten energetic alloy, and the more cows that come, I want to be able to pick those up. I had a dirt plot on the other side of my little farmland right here, but it wasn't easy to get to, and this one is right in the way. I'm pretty much at this platform all the time anyway. Another thing about these animals, so this one is showing up as a passive mob, but when you do attack it, it will attack back. It'll charge you, so be careful with that. There are some mobs like badgers and boars that will appear on your minimap as red icons, and that's a little misleading because even though they show up as red, they're just like Endermen. They're passive mobs until they're provoked. So don't worry about the boars or badgers. They won't attack you on sight. But yeah, that's just something that I was a little wary of because I saw a badger spawn over on that platform when it was there, and yeah, I thought it was going to attack me on sight. Another little tidbit of information is the fact that I have this light overlay on right now, and by default in this pack it's actually F4. I've relabeled it to F7 just because I'm used to more overlays, and F7 activates the red X's, yellow X's, but this one operates a little bit differently. It'll show the light level of any particular block you look at, and if it's 7 or below, it'll just be red. It's kind of galling to look at rather than the red X's, yellow X's, but it is certainly more handy than having that one activated all the time. Now that I have my pulverizers and furnaces, it's finally time to get into the logistics pipe. So I'm going to make some FPGAs here, which, that's been a while since I thought about that. What is that? Field Programmable Gate Array? Yeah, that sounds about right. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to make these raw FPGAs, and I'm not sure how many I'm going to need, but considering the fact that it wants me to make 16 of them out of this recipe, I'm just going to make a full stack for now and leave them all in the crafting grid. I'm also going to make some basic chips. I'm not going to make as many as these, probably just about 12, because I'm going to need a couple of these basic chips in order to make the advanced chips. The other ones I'm going to throw into a furnace and actually get the basic chip. Both the raw FPGA and basic chip just go into a furnace to actually have something that can be usable. I'm also going to make a couple of blank modules. Basically, the final thing we're trying to create here is the logistics programmer. The logistics programmer is what is going to program all of my logistics pipes to do the things I want them to do. Next up is the logistics block frame, and the only reason I need the logistics block frame is so that I can make the logistics power junction. Logistics power junction is not really important to me right now, and the logistics programmer, however, is. If you look at it, it says no valid program loaded. You need to flash a program before you can use this for crafting. Well, there is a programmer block, and here it is, the logistics program compiler. So I just need to make one more of the block frames, and missing some lapis, but whatever, I have some right here. Now that I have all of this, I can hook it all up so I can get the logistics programmer flashed, and we'll move on. I'm in a creative world right now, mainly because I ended out the episode and realized I didn't actually go over what the logistics pipes were for. I unfortunately don't have power generation in the regular world, so I can't really show off how the logistics pipes work, and I didn't want to end out the episode without at least going over it. So the unrouted transport pipes that I made earlier, those can't actually connect to anything, so yeah, the logistics power junction, not really doing anything for me. Now, just having the logistics power junction attached to the creative RF source is all well and good because it will start collecting all of that power. Unfortunately, having it connected to the program compiler, if I tried to put in the logistics programmer and a logistics disk and tried to load something, it wouldn't work because it's not connected to a powered network, a logistics pipe network. In order to do that, you need the basic logistics pipes, and those were made using the FPGAs that we used earlier. So, the unrouted transport pipes and FPGA, basic logistics pipe. With the basic logistics pipe, you attach it from the power junction all the way to the program compiler, and you'll see that it shows where the power is actually traveling to. So it recognizes that power is now at the logistics program compiler. You'll see that it is now processing and going through programming of the logistics programmer. And here we go. Once I have loaded onto the disk, the logistics programmer, the basic program, you'll see that all of these things in red are now here, and I can actually flash a program onto the logistics programmer. So I'm going to start with the provider, request, crafting. Yeah, we'll go with the supplier logistics pipe, and once I compile, it's going to go through much quicker than before, but my logistics programmer will actually have the program on it. Now, while it's compiling, I'm going to go over the actual pipes. So the request logistics pipe right here, you'll see that it has a recipe, and part of that recipe includes the logistics programmer, but the logistics programmer is loaded with the program request logistics pipe. So that needs to be on the logistics program in order for this crafting recipe to work, in order for me to craft the logistics pipes, or the proper logistics pipes. So now that that is green on there, it shows that it's loaded and I can actually flash it. And the flashing goes even quicker than that. And after this, the logistics programmer now has the proper pipe program loaded. And I can use it in crafting recipes. It's a little convoluted, and you may be able to you may have to make more logistics programmers than you really want to, but honestly, that's no problem. And yeah, that's really basically how the logistics programmers work. That's really all I'm going to go over for logistics pipes in this episode. Next episode, we're going to actually be hooking these into a full-size network into filing cabinets, mainly because so I can supply and request stuff from those filing cabinets all over a logistics network, a logistics pipe network. For the furnaces and pulvises, I will be using these item cables and fluid cables from Cyclic. So yeah, the logistics pipes will not be used for those, but as far as the filing cabinets are concerned, logistics pipes all the way. I know this episode has been a little short, but I think I'm going to have to close it out. What am I at, like 18 minutes right now? Yeah, so I'm going to have to close this episode out because I need power, and I do not feel like devoting as much time as it's going to take, it's a full episode's worth, into power generation. I'm growing up some cactus right now, and by the way, the shift trick does work on these. For sugarcane and cactus, I mean. The only problem is you have to be like at about this level in order for it to recognize growing. So long as I'm shifting beside these, it's not going to grow unnaturally past this 3 block point. It's sitting on SNAD, by the way. But yeah, I need this because I want to try environmental tech, because this is a very rainy seed, and I've had a couple of thunderstorms, so I think I'm going to have some thunder power going on, but I need E-Tech for that. I'm also going to set up canola power via actually additions in the next episode, so we can actually power my power junction from logistics pipes. So yeah, this stores the power, and it is all the power for the network. In my program compiler, I have a logistics disk and my logistics programmer, and it's just a matter of selecting what I want, and if I hit unlock, it's going to be processing, but it's going to be frozen. There's no power to go into this to actually program the logistics programmer, so yeah, I need power. In the meantime, I have moved my furnace and pulvis up, and I've attached a hopper with an iron chest filled with gravel to this small storage crate and these sieves. There is iron, flint, and string in all of these, although probably I'll eventually just change it all to diamond, because dust is the only thing that gives me redstone right now. I should probably have dust going into these. So yeah, in preparation for automating of dust, I have a pink slime sapling going on in this small storage crate, because pink slime is what I need for industrial foregoing. That'll give me the stonework factory, and I'll just have automatic dust. Still requires power though, so we're a long ways off. But I am Kelly Engineering, and I hope that you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.